Okay, so plays out in a few ways, but we have the Three of Cups here as your underlying energy. So this could be about a friend situation. You know, the Three of Cups is our network of support, the people that we love and support and that love and support us. This could be a celebration of some kind when it comes up, especially as an underlying energy. So some of you might have some Leo friends and you're celebrating their birthdays or something, right? But it is a celebration. It's the people that we connect with. Now, I'm just going to say this very clearly, and this might just be for one person, the message that's coming up. It's almost as if you know someone as a friend and you kind of thought they were a bit immature, and they're not, because you thought they were the Page of Pentacles, turned out to be the King of Pentacles. Now you're confused about how you feel about them, but clarity is coming in. A change of perspective is coming in. So I don't know who that is for, but that kind of just leapt out. You know, if I see it, I say it. But I'm going to explain the energies to you, but that's one specific way the energies can play out that came out. So we have this energy, right? So you might be connecting with a group of people. With the Three of Cups, even when you're in a relationship, sometimes it can be that, you know, something calls to you emotionally. It's the third factor, but it's cups. So it's emotional. Some people call it emotional cheating. I don't see that. You know, we're just kind of called in a different direction. Doesn't mean you're leaving your partner. Doesn't mean you're cheating on your partner. It's that element of there's more than two, right? When the three show up. So it could be that something else is calling to your heart. Like, you know, you want something more. Something that's more emotionally fulfilling. That's the whole point of this. And I think that's the point of this week. There will be support for you. That's the whole point of the Three of Cups. There is support there in whatever it is that you're trying to do. Maybe you're hanging out with your friends more, but we have the King of Pentacles here. Now, for some of you, maybe it's that you've been working so hard and that's the emotional thing that's calling to you, is to go hang out with your friends more, just to do something frivolous, less serious. But the King of Pentacles at the heart of this reading, Earth energies, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Could be someone that you're focused on, someone who's come into your life, or it's you, right? Which means you're very focused on work. You're very focused on your money, getting some kind of stability or security in your situation. But look at that push-pull. And it's almost as if he's turning away, or, you know, he's kind of looking away and saying, we don't have time for this. We don't have time to play and have fun with our friends. We have to go work, you know, build the house, do all that kind of stuff. So these can be two uncomfortable energies together, right? But I don't know. I'm still getting this aspect of that the King of Pentacles is someone else. Is someone else. This could be someone in your life. You know, you're the one that's trying to have some fun and connect with your friends, and they're like, nope, you know, that's not serious enough. And you're trying to get them to come in as well. Could be a friend, a lover, family member, whatever. We have the Page of Pentacles in the past. Now, the Page of Pentacles, pages are like aces for me. They're the beginnings. And this is something, because the king is there, there's either an age difference here between two people, or it's someone that you thought, you know, was the Page of Pentacles. It could be you. You know, you started off something small. This is the student card, learning something, looking at the details, doing that, you know, repetitive kind of work. But you've kind of made it all the way up to being a boss. So that's what you want. You've done this. Now you want to be the King of Pentacles. You're done with being the Page of Pentacles. But if that's the case, if this is a work reading, this is what I mean. The energies can play out in so many different ways. If that's you, you want to go from being that page, that apprentice energy, to the king, the boss, right? The owner of the company or whatever. Networking is your answer. Honestly, the Three of Cups when it comes to work readings is drinks after work, going out for lunches. It's the people that we network with and connect with. Because it can't just all be about work. That's work too, right? Getting to know people personality-wise. I mean, who are you going to give the contract to? The kind of nice person that bought you lunch, or the person that, yeah, they do the work well, but, you know, you're going to remember the person that made you laugh over lunch or something. It's that kind of energy. Now, what's coming up in the present is the moon. And the moon is about confusion, basically. You don't know what to trust. You don't know what to see. And especially if you're dealing with someone, and you thought they were the Page of Pentacles, you're like, hang on a second, they look pretty kingly to me. Like, this person's coming across as the King of Pentacles now. It might be that you're seeing someone with different eyes. Or, I mean, the other thing with the moon is, it is secrets. So you might be keeping a secret, or you suspect someone's keeping a secret from you. What I love about the moon card is it is a card of illumination. Yes, it's a card of illumination, but what does it illuminate? It's not about what is shown to you. It's about what is not shown to you. What's in the shadows here. So this asks you to look at your fears and doubts. What are those fears and doubts around? You fitting in, that you have no support in what you're trying to do. Maybe you're trying to build something, right? Get some practical security and stability, but you feel like there's no one supporting you. That's what this week is about for some of you. And that's why the moon card comes up here to say, you know, who's in your corner? Who's in your corner, Aries? I do feel that with the moon coming up here, it does ask you to trust your intuition. Like, you will know, especially if you are the king. Kings know they've reached mastery of their suit. Whatever it is that you figure out in the present, and the only way you figure it out is if you were looking down a street and, you know, there's shadows, your fears are going to tell you that, you know, there's a wild dog in the shadows, or there's someone waiting to mug me, or, you know, there's a ditch there or something. The only way you'll know is if you walk over to the shadow and have a look at it. So it is about acknowledging and looking at your fears and doubts. And if you can do that, remember, the future never just happens. It's always a progression from this energy. And your fears and doubts are to do with who you fit in with, the group that you're with. Do you have love and support? That's what these fears and doubts are to do with. Once you kind of deal with this, or look at them, acknowledge them at least, as you go forward with the Hanged Man coming up, very spiritual energy, beautiful energy, this talks about a change in your perspective. You see things from a different angle. Some new knowledge comes in for you. This is about surrendering as well. You surrender to whatever the situation is. So if you kind of start off the week feeling uncertain and you're like, is that a page? Is that a king? You know, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's that kind of energy that's coming in, that there is confusion, and it's okay to be confused. But it's going to be to do with the people that you connect with at a heart level, with this card coming up as an underlying energy. And, you know, with the Hanged Man, it can be a sacrifice. So you might give up something. Think about it. He sacrificed whatever life he was leading. He sacrificed his clothes. Bloody hell, look at him in this. To hang upside down from this. This is like those yogis that go off and, you know, or going on a spirit walk or something, of trying to to gain some kind of knowledge about something. It's releasing aspects of the ego as well with the Hanged Man. He's releasing, he's letting go. He shed his clothes. You know, he shed that persona, the facade that he wears, whatever he was hiding. With the moon card, that's all gone. Everything's revealed there. Look at him. He looks very happy and proud of who he is hanging there. But it is a change in your perspective. Now, what's the advice? How do you get to this? We have the 8 of Wands coming up. Communication. So here we go from not saying anything, dealing with our own fears and doubts, trying to understand what a situation is. And I do get the sense that, and it's general, right? So it can go both ways. Somebody, I get the sense, swallows their pride and actually says something. And that opens up communication. It opens up, and I do talk about communication in the outro, so be sure to listen to that, because communications have been a topic that have been coming up a lot recently. Now, what is this communication with? Because the other thing with the pages, I don't usually see the pages as people. I see them as energies. This can be an offer. So it might be understanding more about, what is this offer? You know, is the person the King of Pentacles who's offering it to you? Because if he offers you something, take it. I love the King of Pentacles. He's solid. He's traditional. He knows. He knows what he does. He's very business savvy. And with the 8 of Wands, they're always information, right? So you can trust what is said to you. It's very clearly stated to you. The Page of Pentacles is also about looking at the details. Maybe you've looked at the details of something and now you're communicating that because you understand it. Because first you looked at the details, kind of got you a little bit worried. You got a new perspective on this, and now, you know, you're ready to share it. Well, actually, that happens before this. So the change of perspective comes in after the communication. You need more information. Whatever the situation is, with the moon coming up in the present, you're not going to be able to figure it out on your own. You have a hunch about it. You have an intuition about it, and you're probably right. You know, if you trust and I always say trust your higher self anyway. But get more information, talk about it, communicate. Right, I'm going to pull you some oracle cards and see how we can expand on this energy. Honesty is essential. This is it. To be a loving person, it's important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. And think about it, right? This is secrets. So something's hidden here, not seen clearly. But, you know, with the 8 of Wands, that's the advice. Talk about this. Say it. If you guys have fears and doubts, or if you think, like, you know, for your friends that you're not really supporting me, or you want to find out if someone has your back, if they're really a page, or if they're really a king, right? Then you have to speak about it. You have to. You don't have to, right? But if you want clarity, you do. If you don't, if you're happy to just kind of figure it out yourselves, to deal with your own fears and doubts, well, that has to be done anyway. But then once that's the whole reason. Why do we look at our own fears and doubts? Because what our fear does is it tries to protect us. So it stops us from doing stuff. but we're not really in any danger. So what if we go and say something to someone, honestly tell the truth, and they tell us to piss off or something? Like, do you know what I mean? Fork in the road. There's a decision that needs to be made. Fork in the road card. It talks about, obviously, fork in the road, that it's time to pick a new direction. You have to pick one of the roads. And I keep saying have to. You don't have to do shit. But even that is a decision. Even not picking a direction, even staying where you are, that is a decision as well, right? And it's almost like you're looking down, you don't know which one to pick. Now, often when we have a situation like this, where we have to make a decision or we're faced with more than one option of what we want to do, and this can be opportunities that come in for us, there's things pick up. We are faced with different opportunities. I am getting more communication with you guys for this reading. This kind of backs that up. But even if it is more than one opportunity and trying to pick one, the biggest fear that people have is, I don't want to make the wrong choice. That's where your fears and doubts come in. I don't want to make the wrong choice. I don't want to pick the wrong direction. But there is no wrong direction. You can always course correct. And if you just pick the one that feels the best to you, that you think this is the one. You can't make a wrong choice. If that's the one that looks the most appealing to you, then go there. Surrender to your decision. Surrender to that choice. And even if you start going down it and you realize it's the wrong one, go back, go to the other one. You can always course correct, always. There we go. It says, dear you're in such good shape right now that we're all doing a happy dance. In this moment, you have the power to make a choice. You guys have a choice. Where was I? To get with spirit and co-create a miracle. You may wonder where this is all going, but if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All power is in the present moment. Ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts now? What beliefs are you motivated by? Do you have clarity right now? And that's the moon. All of this is the moon energy that's going on here. How is your conscious contact with the divine? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by your small self? And like I said, this is a very spiritual card. So this is about that faith. This is about releasing that kind of feeling of having to do everything yourself and surrendering to what's happening. All right, it says, get rid of negative energy now. Resentments be gone. Forgiveness and love enter. Forgiveness and love enter, please. You can do your life beautifully and create your most powerful future right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know you have a huge cheering section over here? Love and hugs always. I mean, this kind of feels more like a week where there are opportunities. You're trying to figure some things out. A lot of it is to do, even if it's not, even if you're fine with your friends and you have a great, your family, friends, whatever is great, your relationship's great, then that tells you are supported. You have support here for whatever it is you're trying to do. Maybe this is something work-wise that you're trying to go forward for, right? You're the King of Pentacles. You're trying to build a career, trying to build a business or something. And your fears and doubts kind of come in here. But if you surrender to it and speak, communicate, and there are opportunities coming in, take the opportunities. Because the biggest kind of hazard or kind of the sticking point here, they're the fears and doubts, but they come from us. There's nothing actually there. It's confusing. But the thing is, the moon card says to you, can you walk this path in faith? And can you walk this path in faith, Aries?